So RB Salzburg's manager was very impressed and reason to give Wednesday fans a bit of hope for this season. Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing let me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So the result of the preseason game wasn't great in terms of goal line, but it's never about building a goal line or winning every game in preseason. It's not about that. It's about making sure that you get the things that you're working on in training right in a match day preparation. Now, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure there was a quote by one of the players last season saying the gaffer wants us to make mistakes and make us learn from them. And this is the thing. He will see what we made the mistakes of today. I can imagine today will be a lot of watching the footage and seeing what they did wrong, what could have done better. Now, let's just remember here. This is a Champions League team who last season won the last 16, right? So there was a big gulf in class. He did two separate lineups in the first and second half. One of them in the second half we know was the trialist George Shelley. Is it Shelby or Shelley? I can't remember. Kind of thing. And when they were trying to play through the lines and had moments of really good promise, according to the star here. But again, the better of the two teams won over. It shows you the difference in quality. Their coach turned around and said, who is Pep Linders, turned around and said, when we analysed them, I think it was important to know they were where they're coming from. We always saw that if he wanted to play a good game, we had to respect that what they were doing. A really good, strong point for them was their 6-6 and how they came behind our strikers, and we've always won 3 and the way they wanted to combine. So that's interesting, seeing how we're always wanting to have a striker just in behind and then one ready to go as well. So that's interesting that this is a kind of tactic we're trying to do. Second was their corners. Though they didn't have many, I don't think third was their counter attack. They left strikers up there and one always up. There was a clear idea, and I think if they really play like that, they will not leave it to the last match in the championship, which is really interesting. That if we can play like this, he thinks there's a strong way of us doing it. So we now know that there's going to be a strong emphasis on the high press and the counter-attack, which we already know. A lot of what apparently went a bit awry at the back at times was the work playing it out from the back. But that just comes with more passing drill, more keeping it. So you'll have one team just heavily press when you've got the ball in training, so you can learn to get the ball out faster. And that will come. That will come and get sorted. And it's interesting. This gives us a style of play. It's interesting how we spoke about the corners. Even though we didn't have many, corners could be interesting, because corners last season, we were bad at. We were really bad at. Set pieces in general was not our strong point. And that's something we have to build on this season. We have quite a lot of tall people in our squad. So we need to make the most of using those height advantage in some cases. But this is really, really positive in one sense. This is coming from the opposition manager. Now, Danny will see a lot of the negatives and he will see a lot of the positive, but we will work on them in training again. We got Vertebrae on Friday, I think. So that is hopefully being streamed. So hopefully we'll be able to watch that one. But here's the thing with this, right? I like that Champions League manager who worked under... He's not a Champions League manager, I've just made it clear. He worked under Pep last season. But some of his team was in the Champions League. It says a lot about where the difference in golf is. Danny will have picked these two teams for a reason. And a lot of it will be that they like to play a high press. They like to come at you. It gives us a chance to work against them. And you know what? I'm all for just giving allowed the chance in this kind of thing. Like Josh Winder said midweek that there are going to be some games that we really struggle in while we get used to playing out from the back fully. But once it clicks, it will click. And that coming from one of the players in the team. That's not coming from the manager. That's not coming from someone who's analysed it a little bit more. That's coming from a player who really thinks it's going to click. And they have got a belief in that squad now that they can really try and do something here. And we are going to get frustrated as fans, but we desperately need to stay behind them and not turn on them when it goes bad playing out from the back, or go, oh, I don't like this playing out from the back, we're not very good at it, and then move on to other bits to complain about. I'm okay with this kind of thing. Like turning around and say, we need to be careful. But here's the thing. If we get this right, this could be really good fun. Like, genuinely could be good fun. And that's something I really like the sound of. I don't know about anyone else, but I really do like the sound of us being able to really get into this, because if we can get this team playing right, it could be a fun season. I don't want us to really go too in depth about us where we're going to be and stuff, because right now it's not the time. I think once the transfer windows ended, because we had a lot of people in the stream asking, where do you think will we, what position do you think we're at? It's too early. It's way too early to be talking about things like that. It's just not there yet. We're not there yet to be talking about where do we think we'll be. I think for right now, we need to be just seeing what we can do, get more minutes in the lads' legs, and just keep trying to push on and see what we can do. Next game is on Friday, like I said, so that'll be interesting to see what we do there. But yeah, it was interesting to get an opposition manager point of view on how we were, and it's always good to have that praise. But Danny will see the mistakes, and he'll probably just bring it up today. He'll probably do a recovery session today, and they'll do some watching of the clips and go, right, this is where this happens. This is where this happens. How can we stop this from happening? So we need to be faster here. So it'll come. But I'm not one to not turn around and say we do need a striker. We do need to get Ugbo sorted, hopefully, and find out what's going on with Pareda. Everything on the transfer market point has gone quiet, and I can understand people being a bit annoyed by it, but we have brought in a lot of players. We still need players in. I'm not saying we don't, but we definitely do need to just be patient, because there'll be deals being worked on behind the scenes, even if they've not come to the forefront yet. So we'll see what happens in the next one, but hopefully when they start getting some more minutes under the legs. Also, just a quick one, Danny didn't beat to the media. He went straight, I think they all went straight back to training camp. Danny doing a media day on Monday with the press out there, so it's okay. And also, don't have a go at the press. I saw one person tweet at Joe, and it's like, you don't deserve to be there kind of stuff. He's doing his job. Leave him alone. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one.